Yeah, so the big number that everyone's focused on now, because it kicks off this season, the 25-26 season, is the squad cost ratio, which is limited to 70%. And the first thing is that we don't know. There's no transparency on this. So the clubs aren't, for the most part, I mean, UEFA knows, but you kind of have to guesstimate based off of what's shown in the financial statements to back into it. So to a lot of people, again, within um, the fan media, looking at Swiss Ramble, who estimates it, I think reasonably. I think most people would consider Swiss Ramble an expert in these topics, just taking kind of a rote 75% of the reported um, wage bill to get into a number that would get you towards what is applicable to uh, the specific ratio criteria that UEFA has set out at that 70%. So if you look at that just basic number, and again, I'm not going to get into all the specific numbers, but Swiss Ramble had his estimate of last season at 43%. So the limit's 70%. That's at 43%. Okay, well, I'm not suggesting that's like a fair one because that was based off of a Champions League season. So you can do some gymnastics and some pro forma type analysis. And what I would say is that they look to be running this ratio at 70%, assuming we play no European football. None. Okay, so that seems to be the level that they're operating at. Now, is that strategic? I don't know. Like I think I've thought that the kind of heuristic has been Europa League qualification assumption, and even if we end up in the Conference League because of what's going on with the coefficient, that I think a lot of people are aware of now with how ominous that looks for the country coefficient for the clubs, is you're still talking, you know, way below. So this idea that there's no room to invest in the squad is just patently absurd. I mean, it's just ridiculous, and that's ignoring um, any additional increases in player trading profits. Like that goes into the ratio too. So I'm just saying, if you look at pure operating revenue in a non Champions League season, I think will be probably between 105 to 110 million is a reasonable expectation. And if you take 70% of that, everyone could do the math. That's an easy one, right? 70, 77 million, right around in there. We're nowhere near that. I mean, it's just, so this idea that they're constrained because they're being conservative, it's nonsense. There's degrees of conservative, and then there's degrees of just incompetence. So I don't know. I've talked consistently about applauding the ethos of being relatively conservative and the legacy of the McCann Revolution and all of that being very healthy. But to come out with this line of argument as to why they failed in this transfer window is just, it's not credible. It's not believable. It's just making crap up, in my view. So that makes people even angrier, I think, understandably, because you're just getting, you know, uh, the modern way of saying it is gaslit. You know, they're gaslighting us. You know, I'm more old school. You know, to me, it's like someone's peeing on you and telling you that it's raining, or, you know, there's all kinds of more colorful ways that we can describe this, but it's infuriating because it's just not credible. So they either know they're lying or they're grossly incompetent.